We continue to follow that developing news out of Lady Bird Lake.
Yeah, someone drove a car into the lake there. This is happening near Lamar and Cesar. Chavez. Gigi Barnett is there live with the latest. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm going to get out of the way so you can see the dive team has arrived, and tow truck crew is here to pull that vehicle out of the lake. Here's what we know so far. This driver just kept going when he reached Cesar, Chavez, and Reynolds at Lamar. He then went over the hike and bike trail, hit a tree, and then landed on the driver's side inside Lady Bird Lake. That driver, who is, according to police, a Hispanic man in his 40s, was able to walk away. Of course, we have so many questions about this that right now are just unanswered. Was he drunk? Was he asleep? Or was he distracted in some way? Police say he is okay. He did not go to the hospital while he was on the scene, according to officers. So that dive team pulled up, I'm going to say maybe about 45 minutes ago, and they are in the water right now trying to get this vehicle out. The city had to call in a larger tow truck because the, I guess, regular size tow truck for vehicles, cars, could not handle all of the weight and the pressure that is now on this car because of the water. It is more than twice its weight, according to the tow truck operator, and they had to pull in a heavy-duty driver to do this. So what we know so far is that this was just bizarre accident as to how this driver went into the water and exactly what was going on. Right now, it is going to be a tricky situation for vehicles and commuters who are on their way into the city, especially from the Mopac. The city police officers have shut down Cesar, Chavez up to Lamar on both sides, west and eastbound. So if you're headed west or eastbound on Cesar Chavez at Reynolds, you will not be able to get through. So if you're also coming from the Mopac, drivers, it's long line here. Gonna have to take a long time getting where you need to be. But right now, I'm just gonna, Julie can see, our photographer, can see the vehicle moving out of the water by the dive crew and this tow truck unit. Amanda, I know you are watching the traffic where I guess coming to this area now, and drivers are going to have a time this morning trying to get where they need to go because of this accident. So I'm going to toss it back to you to give us some other detours.
And let's stay on this picture here, because you just heard Gigi say that tow trucks and the dive team are working together as a team to chain up that vehicle right there and then lift it right on out of Lady Bird Lake. Now, I know Gigi was saying earlier, when these vehicles land in water and are submerged, they can be up to 3 times the normal weight of the car. So the tow truck that they brought to that scene is actually for 18-wheelers. And you can see now, as they strap up that car, they're going to lift it right up the hill, over the hike and bike trail, and then eventually tow it completely out of the area. I know that this is most likely not just affecting drivers on Cesar Chavez Street. We saw those joggers too that can't be on the hike and bike trail and then have to cross over Cesar Chavez and of course jog maybe up and over to Lamar or wherever their jog takes them this morning. And I just want to say one more time, the driver of that vehicle did pass the field sobriety test, so will not face DUI charges. When it comes to other charges, that will be confirmed, and we of course will update you on that. And again, that driver was not injured, thankfully. But you can see that's going to definitely snarl Cesar Chavez east and westbound. So how do you get to Mopac if that's where you are headed? You may want to stick to 6th Street. There are no closures for South by Southwest underway just yet. Now, that doesn't mean you won't see people out and about there, so you will be able to get onto 6th Street and head over to Mopac. Now, if you use Mopac onto Cesar Chavez to get into downtown, consider West 5th Street. That'll help you move right around the scene there. Overall, you need to just add some patience if you do come across those delays in this part of town. You saw that this incident is beginning to wrap up, so hopefully should be out of your way by 8 a.m. Morning now.